So there were two sharings. One was by Brother Joe, and the other one later was Sister Yokmei. So Brother Joe was talking about 4 spiritual soups. Brother Joe spoke of the 4 spiritual soups and asked around thoughts of those in the morning Dharma group. Of the 4, contentment, gratitude, understanding, and accommodate, which do we think is more important? Which do we relate? Some spoke that when you have contentment, the rest come easily. Some say with gratitude, you navigate through life joyfully. Some opine that with understanding, you use empathy as your life guide. Some answered that when you accommodate, you develop deep emotional growth inside. Some spoke that when you have contentment, the rest come. Whatever the case may be, it was evidently clear for all to see that no one soup is more meaningful than another in its entirety. Collectively, all soups, they do form a greater whole as a reference point and as a guide for us as spiritually we grow. So that's Brother Joe Huang's 4 spiritual soup. The next one was Sister Yokmei. She spoke of whether she was on the right track as Dharma Master's disciple. Sister Yokmei and Tzu Chi found each other in 2013 when her daughter was born. The urgency to do something came in 2019 at a convention in which attendees were warned. If nothing is done, global warming is shortening our time here on Earth, the message chimed. Make haste with urgency. We do not have enough time. As Sister Yokmei got more involved in Tzu Chi activities, her children benefited too. Her eldest son and daughter pledged to be vegetarian. They understood what to do. The family involved neighbors and children in the vegetarian movement by sharing of food, also educating them about the environment and preserving lives, all wholesome and good. From the Kita Satu Keluarga project, teachers and parents were involved in giving back to the community, and her youngest daughter even roped in her friends to voluntarily donate generously. Through food distribution to the needy and hospital assistance, she gladly played her part. Even when she witnessed so many deaths reeled out daily, it really broke her heart. There is still so much to do. More people must know and understand, not just some. Sharing Tzu Chi activities through videos to more people can teach people how to overcome. Sister Yokmei's youngest daughter brilliantly shared and appreciated the frontliners' revolution. A movement grew and many kids got involved in this very positive communication. Sister Yokmei started out by saying, I'm just a volunteer. I'm just a small volunteer. I just do what I feel is visible. And this is essentially Tzu Chi, a collection of pusas like Sister Yokmei, together achieving the seemingly impossible. Okay, that is all that I have for this morning. Let me close this. Right now, I'll pass over to Sister Suisan. Sister Suisan.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. We are very honored today to have Brother Raymond to share. Brother Raymond is from Cheng. He's a very diligent Bodhisattva because he actually give up his business and do most of the time in doing Tzu Chi work. Of course, he has his other business, but that one that he can put aside and to put more devotion towards Tzu Chi. And I think most very touching that actually the most memorable action that he has done is that he joined the international relief actually in a few countries, namely Myanmar, Laos, and of course in Zimbabwe. Actually, like in Zimbabwe, it was a last minute call, he put down everything and he just followed Brother Danny over to Zimbabwe. And currently, during this pandemic, he is also involved in being a liaison person with our hospital, Tunku Ampuan Rahima, to attend to their needs, especially in getting the medical equipment to save life. And we are very grateful to him. Actually, he's not only him alone that is involved in Tzu Chi work. Actually, it's the whole family. And we are very grateful to him for his him and his family dedication and commitment. Actually, his sense of mission is very strong, and he has been leading a lot of missions and activities especially his home sister have been recruiting a lot of bodhisattvas to join Tzu Chi, and she has been sending out a lot of Jing aphorisms to influence, to transform people's heart. Now we shall welcome Brother Raymond.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Sorry, Brother Raymond is on. He's coming up soon.
Okay.
Brother Raymond. Yeah, maybe we can hear from Sister Susan, your experience during this PPV serving.
Oh, okay. During these PPVs, I think you can see the always because mine is at station 3. You know, there's always a phase of anxiousness when they come for the injection, for the vaccination. So we can see that of course we can't talk to them because you need to have a distance. But so for me is that inviting them. So I always tell them, congratulations, you're finally being vaccinated. Some will say, oh, you have been I have waited for so long, so finally it's here, So of course, most of them feel very relieved that they have the opportunity to be injected, and to have this opportunity to be vaccinated. And then you can see that after that, when they go one circle, so sometimes I will jump over to station 7, because when they're going out, I can see the face of relief. It's also partly our own volunteers has put them in a very comfortable positions, then a lot of care is given to them, even though we have to be a distance, but we say we have a distance physically, but our heart is very close. And I'm actually, from this experience, it's actually like yesterday when I heard what Pan Chiao has been doing as being also a vaccination center. You can see that when they share that, whatever they share to master, actually we are going through it as well. Yeah, so you can see the Dharma joy that each and every of the volunteer gotten from serving the masses, the public. So I think for us is that you can see a lot of interesting feedback coming from the public, and very touching when you see that they can actually make cakes for our volunteers. So this opening up this center actually introduced a lot of people to Tzu Chi, and they understand Tzu Chi even better. Very感恩 to Sangren, and also our medical team for shouldering, and the whole of the KL Selangor volunteers for taking up this project. Very感恩. I think Brother Raymond is in. Is he in?
Okay, maybe we can sisters. I think Brother Raymond has some issues with his sorry, his device. He's still trying logging in.
Yeah, sure.
Switching to share her experience. Sister Susan, for your wonderful sharing. Okay, what we
Hello, everyone. I've been in the PPV for a few weeks now, and what I realize is every week we just become more and more efficient. I was the first week that I was there, we were doing about I think it was 1,004, if I'm not mistaken. Then the second week, when I was there was only about 700. So the first time when we were there, we finished about 6 o'clock. And then it got earlier and earlier, so it was 5, and then by 4:30 we were almost done. It was very good to see, because I was just telling some of my donors that Tzu Chi learns from experience, and every time I go there, the system has changed a little bit, but what it became was just more efficient. So there was a combination of station 5 and 6 where I was at. And so we don't need so many volunteers, but we can do the same work and even in a shorter amount of time. So the time I was there, it was 1,000+ people, but we finished by 4:30, including all the cleaning up, So I just wanted to highlight to some of my donors that Tzu Chi may be just a group of volunteers, and we don't really talk very much because of the social distancing, but there was like a general understanding that we are like worker ants. We have a general mission, and all of us understood. So everybody just worked like clockwork. Even when in my station, we had to key in data at station 5 after the vaccination. But we all knew, those who are sitting at the table, that we will take turns and then go over to the other station to go and collect. So it was all very nice. Okay, Brother Raymond is here, yeah? Okay.
And Sister Tzu Chi for the wonderful sharing. Okay, let us invite Brother Raymond to share. Brother Raymond, over to you.
Good morning to our beloved Master Cheng, Master DeYuan, Master DeYuan, and brother and sister. Okay, I'm sorry a bit because I suddenly got some problem with the slide. All right. Okay. Anyway, sincere gratitude to all of you to give me the opportunity and time to share my view and my life, which is related to today's grand lessons that is happening during this pandemic. So just give a little bit background. Actually, I was from tourism family background, and today I'm actually Buddhism, and I believe this is a faith that I have with Tzu Chi and Master Cheng. Okay, when I'm young, actually, my dream is to become a doctor. Okay, even though my ex-girlfriend is also practicing as a nurse. She was then tackled by a doctors, and I ended up to be into the IT industry. Anyway, today I have my daughters, okay, to be as a doctor as well. Okay, I hope she will be one of the good doctors, and I believe she will. Okay, when I was in the IT, it was at the time I've been through the era of Y2K.com, and that's where the NASDAQ and the e-commerce are in place. That is the times I make millions. All right, it's not that I'm smart and intelligent, but it is the luck and the blessings that I have until I became a co-founder of a listed company. So coming back to the grand lessons, actually there's many causes towards this pandemic. Okay, I would like to start sharing with regards of wealth into these grand lessons. Okay, during my career in IT, actually I was inspired by a person who is the MD of Microsoft at that time. At his age of 40 years plus, he actually exercised his ethos, and he quit his job to run a charity, okay, in a church. So actually I do share this with my wife, and we all have agreed, okay, the same thought, and we also hope that we are able to do that. So when there is a wish, okay, there is a power. So my company was being offered, okay, by a Korean friend at the right time and at the right price as well. At that time, IT was booming, and I'm willing to let go at this evolving moment. In fact, I was told by my friends and peers from the same industry that I should continue. There is still a lot of room to grab okay, from this booming market. I told them that I was not greedy, and I'm happy with what I have. It is never the end if you continue to persuade what you don't have. Okay, I say, why not let's appreciate with what you have, and you will be more in peace actually. So I told them is that I want to follow, okay, the footstep of the person that I inspired in my life. So later, later I was actually introduced by my wife to Tzu Chi through an entrepreneur events in Taiwan. I was frankly speaking, I was more inspired by this NGO Tzu Chi and Master Cheng. Okay, in fact, it is very much similar to what I want to be in life. So after back from Taiwan, I immediately started to attend all the classes and activities, and became these Tzu Chi commissioners. I encountered that what Master taught is what I have practicing even before I joined Tzu Chi, and that make me more determined on this Bodhisattva path. Okay, so actually nothing exists just like that, and I always believe that there must be a reason behind. So I just wanted to be a very simple person, okay, easygoing and low key person. So I'm blessed that luckily I have chosen this path. Imagine if I'm greedy, okay, what will happen during this pandemic? I might be facing a lot of challenges. Okay, nobody know what will happen, but I'm blessed with what I have at the moment because I'm not greedy. I've seen friends and some. I mean, basically they are involved in those sort of, quite number types of business, and they do really suffer. When it comes to MCO1, that was a shock. But this coming MCO3, it really hurts a lot of people, and this pandemic has been dragged too long. It is 1.5 years. So a lot of things is not being very smooth. And if you look at it, if I look at it during the economic crisis, the time in 2007, 2008, there's a lot of so-called that auction things going on. But this round, if you look at it, it's not. The reason is because the moratoriums has been implemented, so they have time to track on so-called that the installment and all things. But what will happen after that? So actually, for me personally, I look at it is going to be very serious. It is does not really attended well, and also partly also because of if you look at it, the political that we have in Malaysia at the moment. So okay, anyway, that's very much about what is going on, and of course, come back to my story. Of course, with the cash that when I sold off all my shares and all things, of course, the cash that I have is I've basically spent aside for my children educations. That's very important for them, and the remaining I park into properties and oil palm plantations. Okay, this is part of the retirement plan that where I believe it will appreciate. Okay, as time goes lah, and at the time when I need money, basically I will just sell it off. That's how I cash out lah. Okay, and okay, also looking at that and all things, you look at it, usually if you are willing to so-called that give, I believe that okay, you will get the returns. Okay, of course, we all 付出无所求嘛, but inspiring the rich to give. Okay, my whole family actually are the Tzu Chi honorary board members. Okay, especially my son and my daughter's deal is that they ask me to loan them the money, okay, so that they can do what is supposed to be, and they will pay back when they are working. Okay, actually I'm very proud with their thought, even at that time they are just a teenager, right? And I believe, like what I say, they are willing, okay, to give. Okay, then I hope the blessing will always at their side, right? After 5 years, okay, I wanna sold part of my plantation to top up my donations for Tzu Chi International School. Okay, I still remember, okay, when they start raising the fund for the international school, Brother Sun Hok was actually jokingly with me. He said actually to sell my wife would be much more easier and faster. So anyway, that's the joke. So that is something that I can do at that time. Okay, again, I met a few durian expertise people who taught me, okay, how to convert my oil palm plantations to a durian orchard, so that the value, okay, will be basically double or triple. Okay, and I have actually I have no knowledge and experience on this agriculture industry, but with their blessing, I go ahead. At the same time, I do also have a very loyal foreign workers who is able and to help me to manage it. That is the reason that I find that I'm very blessed that I always will be able to participate in most of the Tzu Chi international relief missions, and mostly I will join them as a one team, and basically it will take longer time for that missions. And with that, actually, I am able to participate. No doubt, the orchards running and all things are. I'm able to participate in like the Nepal earthquake, and then the flood in Myanmar. Okay, and okay, also the cyclone Idai in Zimbabwe. Okay, if also the flood in Laos, that was the most recent before our.
It's 7 o'clock.
And at this time, I'm also wanted to share is that we have the opportunity to also get my son and my wife to participate. Okay, so I feel that it's very meaningful. Where most of the times I'm alone only participate in this international relief. This round wise is I have a company. As you know that when joining these our missions, we must be fit and healthy and ever ready to go at any time, and also need to be aware for at least 1 to 2 weeks, or it can be even more. Okay, especially like in Zimbabwe, I'm basically there for close to I think four weeks. Okay, and of course all the lodging and expenses is on our own. Okay, if you look at it, I may be so-called that sorry. Actually, look at it. I may be somehow spend more times in my orchard, but I choose to be participate more into these Tzu Chi activities. Okay, and somehow other when come to this, basically I also got the luck in a way that I get into a matured durians orchard, and it was a very good deal. Okay, most importantly is I love the nature, and also the scenic was very beautiful, and I really at the first look I find that I fall in love with it and all things, because I personally like the nature and all things, and this is where that I started the non-pesticide durian, because I don't want to kill insect. A lot of people told me that I'm crazy. I told them that I don't really rely on this for the living, so I can afford to try. So of course, I'm facing it a lot of so-called obstacles, but with the support from my neighbors, friends, brother, sister, I managed to survive. During this period of time, I get to understand the tough time that the farmer is facing. In fact, they have no choice but to use pesticide to prevent the attack from the insect plus diseases, and chemicals, fertilizers to get a big plus rounded crops for a better price. If you understand better, this is the customer demand, and they just earn for a living. So I hope the consumer need to be aware and tolerate, not to be too demanding, and appreciate those hours without pesticide. This is where greeners come to play. Okay, if these chemicals and pesticides are not in control, and they will be definitely using it a lot. So this will basically destroy our mother earth, and again, who will be suffering? Okay, think about it. I think sooner or later, and all things, all of us will definitely get affected. So, in my opinion, when you are in, that's my opinion. Okay, when you're involved largely into this type of activities, I believe the bad karma will be greater. So frankly speaking, if we are practicing Bodhisattva path, then try not to go into this type of industry for a living, and because it's not going to be easy that for you to harvest without using pesticide and all things. So with my second thought, I decided to let go. Okay, it is totally different from oil palm plantations when you may manage without excessive pesticide. Of course, I got numerous feedback that I should actually hold on, and then especially during this pandemic, and you were not able to get a good deal, and they are saying that you so-called that should let go only when time is better and basically is being recovered after the pandemic. But I just don't want to wait, and don't want to be greedy. I believe I may contribute more in Tzu Chi, especially during this pandemic. So I lend my hand into this PPV center in our Jing Hall, and with my whole family participate in this vaccination center. Also that with this managing on these distributions to the hospital, where as you know right now they are short of medical equipment. So I'm helping to so-called that get in touch with the relevant doctor and relevant department, especially like emergency department and medical department and ICU as well, so that we are able to acquire the right equipment for them, and also understand how could we actually extend our hand to them as well from a Tzu Chi point of view. Also, we also involved in the clinic kesehatan, where we are helping them as a volunteer for registrations and also crowd control, and also managing to make sure that the vaccine came and all things with following the proper SOP, food care, and many more I believe will come and all things, especially on the charity missions. And if I look at it and all things, yesterday we in Malaysia we got I mean we again so-called reached another new height, which is 20,889 cases, new cases per day. And I found out that also yesterday, very last minute, my younger sister just get infected as well. And luckily, it is Cat 1, category 1. So it was very last minute, and all things, the call and all things, I have to attend. I give a lot of advice, and I also get the doctor opinion about the cases, and try to understand how to read the reports. And of course, I've given her the Jing herbal tea for the treatment, and I pray that she will be well soon and quickly recovers, okay, from this COVID-19. Actually, frankly speaking, is very impermanent in life. Okay, life is impermanent. Okay, I look at it surrounding me, some of my friends and all things is so caught this COVID-19 very seriously. In fact, last week only, my second uncle just passed away because of COVID-19. So it's quite sad, but what to do? we just got to move on. Okay, anyway, by looking at all those durian, this and that, actually, what do I achieve after that? And frankly speaking, I get to know more people's and know them better, especially my neighbors. Okay, where they had more reason to interact. You know, nowadays neighbors and all things. If it's not much reason and all things, we hardly talk to each other. So with this durian and all things, it actually able to get the neighbors to talk to each other, and I find that it is great. I even put the tagline and all things. Actually, nothing brings people together like durian. And you see that when there's durian, they show that have a big crowd of people around. Okay, whether it's from young or old and all things as well. Okay, you can see our sister Yok Mei, and I think some of his brother and sister also in the photos. And those neighbors that I know, they are wealthy people, and I hope, okay, with that and all things, I'll be able to get them to join me in Tzu Chi to help the society who need us. Okay, hopefully you'll be able to come in as soon as possible. And I think few of them have actually joined me to become volunteers in the clinic kesehatan, and I feel that it is very touching, especially during this time, and when the cases is getting higher, and they're still willing to join me, and they are not being a volunteer at all in their life, but they are willing to so-called that take the challenge. So I feel that it is very meaningful. Okay, with what I've done previously to actually get to know them, and another things that I wanted to share is which is I find that a lot of times when you get to do good things, there's a lot of miracles thing happen. I think this is basically happened. This story is very interesting, and actually is basically happened personally on me. I still remember when brother brother Tzu Chi, brother Danny, and sister Henry in Zimbabwe, where we are in the 4x4 Toyota Hilux for a site visit to one of the affected area near Chimani in Zimbabwe. Basically, we are lost. I say just like in the forest. Okay, because none of us has been to the area, and at that time it's around 7+. Okay, the sky is getting dark, and we are very worried how to get back. Suddenly, when we reach junctions, a person walked towards us, and we see hope. Okay, especially at that time, and this person can even speak English. So for me, it's a real angel. Okay, to appear. Okay, to lead us to the directions that we want to go. So for me, how could this explain when this scenario happened? So it's just like out of sudden, from a very secluded place that nobody stay there and all things, suddenly someone appeared to actually guide us. So this is exactly what happened during my international leave. And also there's another cases is in Myanmar, where there's one of the person in charge in agriculture department in Boudreaux. So earlier they do have some misunderstanding with our team, but later they assigned they assigned one of our team to be there, okay, to sort of that to discuss about the upcoming distributions with him and the areas that they cover. So we were so afraid that we are not able to handle. Surprisingly, everything goes well, and we get to understand he just actually lost his beloved wife. So beloved wife earlier. So I think maybe there's a reason at that time he may not in the right mood and all things. So so we understand him better. So actually our team also do have a very fruitful conversations with him at the end of the day. And surprisingly, on the day of the distributions, you know, he's like waiting for me at that time, okay, at home to have a breakfast together before we started the distributions. And being an advanced team at that time, I was so-called at heading to the distribution site. And I mean, I was early. But later on, I got a call from the local and all things that this person in charge is waiting for me. So I have no choice. I have to make a U-turn back. Then I only realized, actually, he just want to have a good breakfast before the distributions. And so I find that these are something that something weird happened, because I don't know him. It's only that I met him second round, okay, during the distributions. But he actually basically treated us as a very close friend and all things. And I find that maybe I may create a very good karma or things like that with him in my previous life. So this is what I personally believe. Okay, next I want to touch about the greediness on food. Okay, so if you look at it, okay, if you look at it, actually our mouth will be the most scary, okay, to create a lot of bad karma. Okay, if we not be careful. I think this slide every one of y'all is very familiar, and I don't need to actually go through much on this slide. And I remember those days. Okay, we basically eat to live, but later on we live to eat. Okay, not only that, but even though we try exotic food, you see mankind is creating this kind of bad karma. I still remember when I'm young, we used to enjoy soft drink and good food only during so-called special functions, festival. But now, some people, okay, like can get good meal every day and all things, even though like overeat, and against some even wasted a lot of food. Okay, I'm glad that I get to know Tzu Chi, where I get to learn how to practice vegetarians and be more healthy. Example, especially that I don't waste food. Okay, I still remember when I'm young, my mom told me, okay, usually my mom call me Ameng. Okay, I thought in Hokkien. This điều ai chặt chinh kỳ, okay, chặt chinh kỳ cái chua suy bo. So actually, this mean is that in English, this mean is that you got to finish your food on the plate or on the bowl completely clean. Okay, then you will able to marry a pretty wife. This is some of the thought, the good thought that my mom is telling my, I mean, basically my brothers as well, my other brothers. Okay. So talking about food, waste food and all saying, under these United Nations environmental programs, roughly 1/3 of food that produced in the world for human consumptions, okay, every year, about 1.3 billion tons is get lost or wasted. So if you look at the figures, it's how serious it, and I find it's very imbalanced. Some area they got excessive food. Some places like Africa, they don't have food. Okay, so why can't we so-called that share with them, come up with something and also how to actually cut some portion and then pass to these people, and at least, I mean, we are able to help them. So I find is this the figure is too big, and if you look at it, this is how much that okay, the bad karma that a human being have created. Okay, so, and in fact also like how many lives that you have slaughtered in the minutes and this and that. So the only solution to find peace okay, is to stop this. Actually in my mind, I've thought so, is like if okay, a lot of so-called that entrepreneurs or things like that, okay, if they can actually so-called that invest into the vegetarians, whether it's restaurant or things like that. So I find that that would be a good way that people can adopt more. It's just I remember that one of the sponsors told me, I can't remember the name, is if you walk to the place, if that area and all things is mostly all vegetarian restaurants, and I tell you, you will definitely walk into a vegetarian restaurant. Okay, so what it means is that, okay, there must be more and more people practicing it, and then the wish will be become reality. It's just like right now, I find it that there is a lot of billions and all things who are actually involved with this kind of invention, like this what kind of beyond meat, this and that. So this is some of the very good kind of like directions where hopefully more and more people will adopt into that, and then only we'll able to see hope. And coming back to the pandemic, I find that this time a lot of people is winding back, okay, to 40 years ago, where you look at it, because I think they got to stay at home most of the time. They will be start actually planting veggie at the backyard and harvest it, and I think most of the time they cook at home, because I think that is one of the best precautions. Okay, rather than getting infected, okay, getting the virus in and all things. So they cook their own, and then also they bake their own cakes. Okay, they do a lot of so-called that homemade stuff, where they usually can Google and look from the YouTube, and they learn from there. I think this is some of the good practice that happening during this pandemic, and a lot of family members get to spend more time together. But again, some find it is good, some find it is no good, because usually if I believe if like us, we have what call it, the knowledge of the far and all things, I think we can get together more harmony. Okay, compare to some of them without that, maybe they have a lot of crashes, this and that. And I seen my wife have doing a lot of this Pinti Kaiwa. I don't know, basically about 7, okay, 5, sorry, about 5 Pinti Kaiwa. And I think she have basically helped a lot of his friends, and also even though classmate, okay, to join. And at that moment, she managed to overcome a lot of so-called that feedback from these people. Maybe I'll get her to share a little bit. Okay. In fact, she managed to overcome some of people who is actually get into depressions. But the good thing is every week they have these sessions where they talk about our master Jing. So everyone get to actually look at one chapter, and they relate into their life, how they share it out. So frankly speaking, after a while, they start opening up and start actually let go, share out, okay, their so-called unhappiness, their problem. And the good thing is this team of people, this group of people, they just basically borrow the ear, listen to what he want to express out and all things. And of course, they keep it very secretive, and then they within the 4 wall, okay, they are not actually sharing out to others. And the more that they talk and all things, automatically this person become better, and he actually really helped. And this was a feedback they give after, okay, numerous sessions of Penti Kai Hua with my wife. So I find this is very helpful, and I believe this is something that we could do it at this moment, especially a lot of people stay at home, and what they do, I believe that they spend more times on TV or any other things, but why not they use some of the session, just an hour or half an hour, okay, running through these sessions, and you will be able to help. So I have my 1 minute, just 1 minute. Sorry, I still got some time. In fact, I'm getting my son and my daughter also to share a little bit about my thought about this, and also the involvements that during this pandemic. Sorry, you're hitting. Okay, sit. Okay. So maybe they can share something. Okay. This is my future's doctor, BroRaymondKua. Okay. Hello, my son, Miss Kua. Yeah. You share something first, okay?
About the pandemic.
Yeah.
So like every Saturday, right? Our whole family will go to Jing Hall at Kapong to help the team to get vaccinated even more easier. So my part is for.
It's 7:30.
traffic. And like the traffic police are asking people coming to the car park and park here, park there. About my sister,
actually for me, I was in the command center. So if the patient have problem with their registration, like maybe wrong IC or maybe the MySejahtera app have problem, then normally they will come to us. Then recently I was asked to go to help out in the vaccination part lah. So like I learned how to draw vaccine and everything. So I'm quite grateful that I have the chance to learn all this in this Jing PPB. Yeah, so to achieve herd community. So then, yes.
and for my mom,
sorry that I'm not so good in English. I hope everybody understand what I say. I happy as a mother. I happy that my whole family in this pandemic times able to contribute to as a volunteer at this PPV center. I always thinking that if everybody is safe, only we will be safe. So I hope all of everybody will be safe, to be safe. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, that's basically sharing, and I hope everyone stay safe and make sure this pandemic gone as fast as possible so that we can go back to our normal life. So with that, I finish my sharing. Okay, if there's any questions and things like that, maybe anyone can just ask and I try to answer.
Brother Raymond, this is May. I remember a few times like joining you in the international relief, right? I just wonder why you're every day, like you look so happy and you try to entertain everybody. Because normally during pandemic, everybody is so serious, but you always make us laugh and laugh out loud. So why you do that?
Okay, Sister May. Okay, actually sometimes it depends. Okay, it's always about balance in life. Okay, if it's everybody is so serious, so tense, I think you'll be not that good lah. So I become a joker. So when I can become a joker and all things, the group of people that surrounding me and all things, hopefully will be more cheer up. And not only that, I believe that we will be getting much more closer, and our relations will be much more better. So that's why in the international relief, I get to meet a lot of brothers and sisters from many countries, and we get to know each other much more better. I think basically it might be a reason, and for me, I feel very grateful every day. That is the reason why. Okay, I need to very more cheers up. Okay, especially come to a time that we brother and sister get a chance to get together in a car, so that it can be opened up for sharing. So usually my international relief is that from one destination to the other destinations, we are not quiet in the car and so-called take a nap in the car. So usually I will start a lot of conversation, and everybody start to speak and everybody start to share their story, how they get to know Tzu Chi, after doing Tzu Chi, what they have gained and all things, which is is like we really make full use of the time. Okay, to get to know each other and get to do the sharing as well. Okay, that is the whole reason. Yes, Sister May, do I answer you?
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. We have
Yeah, Kanan so much, Brother Raymond, yeah, for the wonderful sharing. Yeah, I think truly a great role model for us to emulate. Yeah, I think not easy for any one of us to just give up our good career, our good so-called investment. Sometimes it's easier said than done. But what you have done, I think all of us should emulate. Brother Raymond. Yeah, Kanan so much. For the wonderful sharing and wonderful joy that you bring to every one of us. Always, truly, always happy to be around you. Yeah, thank you so much, Brother Raymond. So next, do we invite our Shifu to give her feedback? Shifu DeYuan or DeHuang?
Okay, good morning everyone. I'm DeYuan Ho. Basically, it's quite good. It's very good that I'm hearing just now Raymond sharing. And of course, we didn't listen from starting because we have still a lot of things to do after the morning chanting. So, but I know that you have participated in few disaster relief. As such, you have many insight as well. And also because of you also carry out the book study. I believe Tzu carry out the book study. So also helping people to overcome their problem the people's problem as well. So that is very good. In fact, we need to be participate in a lot of things and what we call 付出无所求. So you can gain a lot of wisdom from there. So I believe also just now I have talking about this encourage people to be very vegetarian. This is very important. Of course, the person just now what you share is the picture is on the 2018 the figures, but in 2019 the figures has been increased. 1 second is 2,556 animals. So although 1 second increase only 100 plus, but in terms of month and years and days, then it becomes a lot. So we hope that everyone will encourage more people to become vegetarian as well, or plant-based diet. So I hope everyone can carry out on this, and then what we call 菩萨大招生, get more people to participate in this very good this kind of things. Okay, so thanks a lot, and I hope to hear from you soon. And when you have chance to come back to Taiwan, I hope to see you again. Thanks a lot.
Kanan Shifu for the wonderful kind words. Kanan so much for Raymond and the whole family. Okay, next we have most honored to have with us today SisDebra Boudreaux from USA. Sharing with us. SisDebra, I think, has been with Tzu Chi for more than 30 over years, I was told. Yeah, and she's very experienced volunteer. I think she has been involved in hundreds of more, so international relief and medical outreach, and her list of accomplishment in Tzu Chi, I think. I just cannot read the whole thing out here because I want to keep the time for SisDebra to share with us, her enormous amount of experience and inspirations that we want to learn from her. She is also, I think, now currently the executive vice president of Tzu Chi Foundation USA since 2014. So we're most honored now. SisDebra, by the way, you are joining us from the eastern side or the western side of USA now?
I'm currently from Los Angeles, so
Los Angeles.
hopefully everybody can hear me clearly.
Yes. Okay. Over to you, SisDebra. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, dear Master Zheng Yan and dear Master from aboard, and also brothers and sisters from no matter where you are. I'm very grateful today I have the opportunity to be here to share with you and share with everyone what we have the capacity and opportunity. So I'm not sure the control room, are you going to share my PowerPoint, or am I going to control my own PowerPoint?
Can you control on your own, SisDebra?
Oh, that would be wonderful. I cannot wait to do that, because if that's the case, I can better control my time and then share with everyone. So give me 1 second. I will upload my file and also talking to you all, and then identify what the topic going to be. Again, my topic today will be empowerment through faith, compassion in action. So hopefully you can hear me well. And then if the compassion in action, because I need to see my screen well. Otherwise, sometimes I will keep talking and then I cannot see the team response. So try to bear with me a little bit. Let me organize a little bit. Okay. I just jump in. So today is a very interesting conversation so far. All right, that's good. That's good. Let's go for it to share this. Sorry. Okay. Now, when we talk about empowerment through faith, compassion in actions, faith and compassion, what does that mean to Dharma Master Cheng Yen's teaching? Why does it matter? Master teaching us there's the spirit of great love. There's no one in the world that I don't love. There's no one in the world that I don't trust. There's no one in the world that I cannot forgive. So whenever we have any chances, we try to share with the people from all over the world through different mainstream. To change the world, one has to begin transforming human hearts and minds. That's what Master teaching us all the time. And unconditioned and selfish love that embraces all humanity. So every life is equally precious. So Master teaching of love is not just about loving those around us, but loving everyone throughout the entire world. So the intention is selfless, and we believe that everyone has love in their hearts, even though when you come to this world, you cry. But if we open our hearts to forgive, to trust everyone, we will be free of afflictions. This is what the Master teaching us. So allow me to share with you Boudreaux and so many opportunity. We've been talking about plant-based diet. We've been talking about vegetarian. For the United Nations Task Force in 2020, our main goal is the road to Glasgow. That's COP26. Before that, we have a lot of pre-food summit. So we have been engaged various location, opportunity, platform to talk about food and faith dialogues. What is the global action? What kind of systematic change? So when we talk about COP26 Food Summit, for Tzu Chi family, we always share successful story, touching stories. But we go to the mainstream, the key platform, we have a lot of opportunity to talk about long-term action plan, the systematic change. Which way will be works? The family movement, bottom up, top down, the faith-based organization raise the awareness, the social environment impact for dietary choices, or even dealing with cultural religious sensitivity around the dietary habits. So food and religious rituals has been a very important component. I heard a lot of noisy. I'm not sure it's coming from me or coming from someone. may I ask you do me a big favor? If you don't talk, can you mute your microphone? I'm very grateful for that. So when we talk about food and religious rituals, for Buddhism, we always talk about do no harm. That's what masters say, no killing. And then for Hinduism, they do not eat eggs, fish, meats, poultry, but they drink milk, okay? And for various Christian, they have meat, but not allowed on Friday. So that's why we have a very continued dialogue, conversation with Vatican to talk about Friday, can they become also veggie day rather than just eating fish? So, sorry. So this kind of movement, Tzu Chi climate action toward COP26, especially now for the COVID-19 situation. I'm very grateful for Filipinos team. Veggie a day, keep COVID away. So when we talk about food system, we really emphasize how to make sure the food is locally grown. Is not doing transportation from all over the world or from some other countries. And we strongly recommended the interfaith coalition, everybody working together to build it up, this kind of initiative and statement. So we also work with Center for Earth to talk about plant-based diet, ethical eating. So there are 5 different tracks between the role for food and faith tradition. We talk about food security, access, and justice. So this one, later on, you can identify this statement aligned with what Master teaching us. So I'm trying to share with you a lot of vocabulary, statement, language are applied to the mainstream, applied to the United Nations, when we try to communicate, to write down policy, procedure, advocacy, statement, initiative. So the first track one is food security, access, and justice. The second one is healing the earth, healing our bodies. The third one is regenerating the earth. The fourth is food and farm workers. The 5 is empowering local community. So there is a lot of correlations in between these 5 different tracks. So for Buddhists in actions, we continue when we talk about plant-based diet. We encourage all the family members started from their home. Our Tzu Chi commissioners, Faith Corp, students, everybody, we must become a plant-based diet. So in USA, we have very veggie movement to promote vegetarian to combat COVID-19. We have ethical eating day movement to promote vegetarianism to combat climate change. We respond to climate related events by engage CTCN. We engage with interfaith leadership dialogue. Now we go into the community to engage the youth education training and open the conversation and dialogue. Now, Tzu Chi means serving with compassion, relief with joy. This is our core value. The foundation carries on Buddha's spirit of great unconditional love, kindness, and great universal compassion, adhere to Master In Sun's noble aspiration for Buddha's teaching for sentient beings, while we undertaking the work of helping the poor and educating the rich. Our idea is to cultivate loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity as we take action to save those in pain and suffering. We bring joy and relieve suffering, creating a fresh and pure world of Tzu Chi. Our methodology, our mechanism, our work streams is to nurture a wisdom that perfectly meld principle and practice as we actively invite good people of the world to cultivate the blessing together by diligently planting countlessly heart lotus. Together, we create a society of love. Our mission and the spirit, our task is to unify 4 major missions. Every one of us, we all know: charity, medicine, education, humanistic culture. Our spirit is one of sincerity, integrity, faith, and steadfastness. The same moon is universally reflected in the water of 1,000 rivers. The water of 1,000 rivers capture a single moon. The Buddha views all sentient beings with compassionate eyes, and the Dharma rain of his teachings force on all universally. All can flourish. This is compassion. This is the wisdom that Master brings to us. A lot of time when we talk to the mainstream, we always share with them the Buddha's teaching. To know what you have done in your previous lives, look at what you received in this life. To know what happened to you in a future life, look at what you do in this life. Human existence is difficult to attain, but we have already attained it. On the Bodhisattva path, we must be courageous and diligently, so love can fuel our society. Then there will be a virtual circle of goodness in the world. This is what it means to be a disciple of the Buddha's teaching, who can cultivate both blessing and wisdom with the right faith and right mindfulness. So through this kind of core value and principle, when we go back to the community, what we can do, Buddha's in actions. Tzu Chi volunteers all over the world, you carry out social missions, you carry out social movement, you open your arms to embrace the neighbors around the community, no matter through COVID-19, regular charity works. You visit them, you greeting them, you give them the hug before COVID-19. But the situation has been changed tremendously. So before, we wear masks because of hazard. Now we wear masks because of COVID-19. So when we pay respect to this kind of vulnerable community and the homeless population, we provide something new clothing, new underwear, new socks. The reason we do this, if even not new, has to be clean, because that's the core value that Master teaching us. That's the core value what human being composed. So even COVID-19, our medical mission, our doctor team, they wear fully PPE, they go into the community, they provide the services to the winter shelter, to the community who has no place to go, who has no resources to help. And then 2020, COVID situation happened. And in the United States, I have a very strong memory. For Tzu Chi volunteers, we are part of Medical Reserve Corps of the Los Angeles County Public Health. So we've been trained. We go to the hotel who has been occupied by the government to promote so-called Project Room Key, and now it's Project Home Key. So because of a COVID situation, a lot of business, private partners, their business has been impacted. Their hotel has been idle, but there's so many people need quarantines. So last year, 2020, February, we already in the United States. We look around what's happening around the world. We know what's the situation for housing need. We know the situation will come to our neighborhood. So our volunteer already activate to work with the mainstream to prepare the policy procedure to establish the know-how protecting project. So when we do Buddhas in actions, we say BIA, that's our website. When we say compassion in action, that's CIA at Tzu Chi USA. When we talk about volunteer in action, we ask them to call, to join, to sign up as a volunteer. When we talk about faith-based innovation, when we go provide the blanket made by plastic, that's we call FDI. So you can have BIA, CIA, VIA, FBI. And now we have mass care, shelter, social movement, eco-friendly for climate change. So very quickly, from the homeless, it's become a global situation to what we talk about CSW, one of the United Nations very important UN Women's Movement. Tzu Chi has been engaged to CSW for more than 10 years. Every time we do parallel events, we share what's happened around the world. So this year in March, even though CSW 65 Commission on the Status of Women, this year we talk about WASH empowerment footprints. The WASH empowerment is water, hygiene, sanitation. So there's a huge difference when we talk about United Nations terminology. We always say the rich north and the poor south. The balance for the north and south is totally controlled by population. But the balance, like this time, the COVID-19 vaccine allocation, vaccine justice, it's a huge issue, has been ongoing through the dialogue. So when we talk about the poor south, this is the picture, true picture from Nairobi. The kids is living in very challenged environment. The kids is wearing the mask from the landfill. The kids, the children is picking up the food from the landfill. People living very simple life. They are running day by day to fight for their survival. The father brings 5 kids with his wife, the whole family, one day in poor South Africa. They only eat one meal. And when you see this picture, a lot of time when I share with the friends in the United Nations, everybody just say, how can we change? How can we help? How many people sleeping in one sheet on the floor? And this is the life for refugee. What kind of a refugee? Climate change refugee. We are so grateful, our brother and sister in Africa, and we are so grateful that so many donations pour in, the mosquito net, the support from every single resources. This elder woman, her son carried her for walking one day. All they are asking is a place for food, a place for them can stay. The kids trying to digging out the food from the empty rice containers. The people running away to feel that would be safe place for them. This kind of climate refugee situation, every day we see again and again and again. From International Red Cross, World Food Program, Save the Children, and the brother and sister with the blue and white Tzu Chi angel, and the brother and sister who wear the Tzu Chi vest. We try our very best to provide the social services, to provide medical care to them. This is the group of population run for their life. One of the reasons is climate challenge. They are one of the climate refugee. Family member need to have a comprehensive family planning education concepts. Kids are so happy, naive, whenever they has a chance to eat the food in their mouth. Our brothers and sisters, our compassion from Taiwan FAO, so many donations pour into this kind of countries. Rice, cooking oil, whatever we can provide it, we give them an opportunity to live. You see the happy face. They are sitting on the top of the sands, a heavy sun, very challenging environment, but they feel happy and grateful because they have bread in your hands and soda drink in the cup. That's they are looking for. That's they are working for. That's they are fighting for. Brothers and sisters go to so-called IDP refugee camp to provide services. This is one of the food access, food justice. When I talk about 5-track, you see the happy faces for the kids. And this is very touching story whenever I share with a lot of my UN colleagues and friends. Mozambique, the baby born on a boat, the baby Awa born near impossible, but her life has been revived. Tzu Chi volunteer assist the mom to go to the hospital to take care. I believe a lot of you know the whole story from Mozambique. This is the beautiful Awa. And who is holding that? Blue and white angel. All the way walk toward to the boat. And the mom go to the hospital. We make sure her delivery, her condition, health condition, everything is ready. And this is another elephant foot, what we see in Africa countries. Dr. Long has been spending her time inside the various camps to provide services. And we see the compassion and the empowerment, the companionship. Our volunteer going to the community is not just say we coming over here to help. We coming over here to provide companionship. You work with them side by side. You holding them side by side. You teaching them, you empower the local nursing school, how to use the oximeters, how to use the blood pressure machine. So there's a lot of myth, a lot of community, different perspective. So before they use the herbal or even some kind of local made so-called medicine to treat their wound. But as a matter of fact, it's not going to work. It's getting worse. So our volunteer, you see the guy, the patient lie down on our portable beds made by plastic bottle. He's so scared. But you see the hands holding him, the people accompanying them. So this is companionship. This is empowerment. This is trustful. And then before the wound care and after the wound care, and this is amazing. You can see the recovery. This kind of recovery is a lot of compassion in there. And this is another situation in India. This time, India, we don't have a Tzu Chi office, but we work with St. Carmelians. We work with local Catholic, different faith-based organizations. We overcome so many challenges. We provide food, locally connection, locally purchase. We revive their economic. So the food system is not just simple vegetarian. You have to think about all the auxiliary, all the surrounding networking, how you're going to bring those resources together and how you're going to revive the community and give everybody an opportunity to stabilize, to sustain. So there's so many things when we talk about food. We talk about food, we talk about frustration, we talk about future, we talk about sick, we are looking for IDP, seeking for the shelter, we talk about suffering, we talk about no water, hungry, tomorrow, where's my future? So many things in your mind, and everything, it's a big lesson, a grand lesson learned. That's Master keeping telling us COVID-19 will not disappear. Pandemic will continue to be here. But what do we learn? We learn from here, education is hope for the future. Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi, he said, if we want to reach real peace in this world, we should start at educating children. And SDG, number 4, quality education. And Master also teaching, Master Zeng Yan also teaching, in helping the poor and those in need. Education is essential. Education can help transform generation poverty and bring about spiritual abundance. So education is the hope for the future. So when we talk about food, I'm sharing with you what we do in the climate change in the UN platform. We talk about WASH implementation. Education can overcome cultural. This is in Sierra Leone and other African countries. So on the left-hand side on the screen, you can see know-how, the methodology, the outcome. So know-how is education. We provide the WASH toolkit. Then we're talking about from WASH toolkit, we provide health, safety, space. And then the methodology, we talk about hand hygiene skill and sanitation. And outcome, the major bucket, the innovation. So when Tzu Chi Master delivered the grain powder, the Jing powder, different flavor, the bucket, they can become a very strong WASH toolkit to maintain their health and sanitation concept. And the people touch, the magic bucket, it's an innovation from Master Zeng Yan with respect, gratitude, and love. Now, we talk about so many countries, India, Sierra Leone, and maybe some other South poor countries. Tzu Chi has no office, but SDG 17, we talk about partnership for the goal. So partnership for humanity, for WASH program in Sierra Leone, we have been working with UNFPA, UNEP, WHO, and Buddha Tzu Chi Foundation. We are part of the circle of love, circle of care. So from Buddhist, we go to Caritas Freetown, we go to Catholic Relief Services, we go to Sierra Leone Health Ministry, working together, partnership together. So when we talk about WASH, Master keep asking recently, we have to listen and learn, listen and learn. So with the innovation, the self-protection, we have so-called EcoPad in South area for vulnerable African countries. So the eco-sustainable pad, EcoPad, is here into Global South because the group of the children, women, girls are really, really suffering because of the sanitation issue. So very, very grateful that DAI technology and Jing technology, they team up, can develop such a wonderful tool and necessity. We can empower and change their life. So Eco Sanitation Pad project in Sierra Leone in Africa. Bucket and sanitation innovation also focus in Global South, currently from Sierra Leone to Haiti. Food security and water management, we're from doing focus for Global North and Global South. We're going to face the shortage for the water. Every one of us going to face that. So we have been talking about plant-based diet. We have been talking about how to become a vegetarian. We have been talking about respect life, even they are animal. the all fundamental core value, love, heal the world, must keep emphasize respect, gratitude, and love, not live. Love and live, it's all important. And must also tell us, through the world, although the world is full of better hardship, so as long as everyone have love in their hearts, there will be a sweetness inside the bitterness. So we have been working with SDG all this where you see the big smile when they receive the rice from Taiwan FAO. They always say thank you, and love from Taiwan. So the worldwide crisis is going to continue, last for a long time. So many challenges, we're going to face it. Food security issue, and so many countries are suffering. According to Oxfam 2021, their statement, every minute 11 people die for hunger. 957 million people across 93 countries who did not have enough to eat. Food security, food access is going to be a major issue. So Dharma Master Cheng Yen already tell us 80-20. If you can eat vegetarian 80% full, you can be very healthy and eco-friendly initiative. For health, for good, for earth, the 80-20 lifestyle is one of the food track, the food access, food justice, food inclusion. So the most important, when you eat 80% of the food to satisfy your need, we protect our bodies from obesity. And also we can save those 20% to help others. And the other thing is, if you reduce consumption, we also can reduce the waste and help to protect the planet. So everything started from your mindset and your behavior. So this has been a very important, every time masters in the morning teaching, according to FAO, every day, every second, every year, how many innocent animal has been lost their life because the personal human being desire for the food. Now I'm going to share quickly with you all. Recently, G7 has been talking about a new project, talk about Build Back Better. And started from this week, Tzu Chi has been invited by White House to talk about this project. City by city, they already identify which area in the United States they want to hear from Tzu Chi local volunteers to talk about. So like today, we already have 2 sessions, 12 to 12:30. Every 30 minutes, we have different brothers and sisters participate. And White House has different representatives, the deputy assistant to the president from Asian American, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. They are trying to listen to what Tzu Chi have. So Build Back Better plan in the United States is they're going to have 7 trillion budget to talk about the future economic and infrastructure package to propose by President Biden. This one going to impact a lot of people, even though you are overseas, it's going to be impact everyone. So these have 3 major areas. The American Rescue Plan, it's already in place in USA. But the second one, the American Job Plans, a proposal to rebuild Americans' infrastructures and create jobs. The third one, the American Families Plan, a proposal to invest in areas related to childcare and education. BBB, Build Back Better concept, even in Sierra Leone. So, well, now anything happen, people will talk about BBB because investing in education is so important. So how to look into that? It's what Tzu Chi USA is trying to talk about. And when you talk about the American family plans, you talk about job plans, it's all tied up, related to food security, to education. Everything comes back to education. And of course, during this kind of process, they will be talking about tax credit, how to empower the workers' family, how can make them stronger, and then understand what kind of resources, what kind of capacity, what kind of future plan they have. So from this movement, this initiative, even though it's under the preparation for job plan and family plan, but the White House would like to hear what Tzu Chi has been done. Tzu Chi, we do such a wonderful charity services to everybody around the world, to so many community neighbors who come to the United States, so many immigrants from South America, from Northern Canada. So many people travel to the United States, has been suffering, but Tzu Chi volunteers try to provide comforting, try to provide emergency cash relief, try to provide shoulders for them to cry. Recently, Tzu Chi into the mainstream. Before I do my sharing, our about Hualien about masters talking about, can we share more about Tzu Chi, how to go to the mainstream? Let me share with you. This is a true story. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all the brothers and sisters in the United States, from United States to all around the world. And then from my bottom of my heart, from Hualien, from Master, from all the sibling we have, we call one family, Tzu Chi family. With your support, it's been so many years. We try to say, Master teaching us, what is Tzu Chi's core value? What is Tzu Chi's know-how? What will be the SDG partnership engagement? What will be the faith-based inactions? So this time, the White House, this year, after President Obama, now President Biden, finally, they have a new faith-based disaster management, new leaders of homeland security. Marcus Coleman. Marcus is the associate director for David Myers. If everybody remember 2015, when Tzu Chi 50 years, President Obama sent a congratulations to Tzu Chi. Reverend David Myers met with Master Zeng Yan. Then last week, I have very clear memory. Suddenly White House tell me, Deborah, do you know, Marcus is going to become the new faith-based leaders for Homeland Security. He loves Tzu Chi a lot. You need to send something, congratulate him. And you need to let people know what is Tzu Chi do for climate change. I say, definitely. So within 5 minutes, I sent it out the email. So I say, okay, this is good because people know who we are. They give us the opportunity and we have the capacity to say thank you to Marcus. So I just type it down, my greeting, and say it. But guess what? On his inauguration and appointment date, there's a news release. This news release say, Buddha Tzu Chi Foundation noted Coleman's support of interfaith climate emergency initiative. This is what Master teaching us. This is all the FBI, CIA, compassion in action, faith-based innovation. Climate emergency initiative. Master has teaching, we have pre-cooked rice, we have blanket, we have utensil, we have so many innovations to overcome the climate change. So Tzu Chi into the mainstream, it's happened, my brothers and sisters. everything is happened now. Master's teaching is right. It's a matter of time. This teaching through the SDG 17 partnership, we will have capacity to be seen, to be known, to be learned. So faith comes with compassion. Come back to the core value we've been talking about. We need to respect all sentient beings and give unconditional and selfish love for everyone. So, vegetarian, we keep emphasizing, but there's so many ways through the different practice, we validate the direction of the master teaching us the Lotus Sutra, the belief we have, the compassion we have. So I would like to stop right here and thank you very much for everyone to give me the opportunity to share with you what is Tzu Chi for and what we have been able to provide our services. If you have any questions, you are welcome to use the chat rooms, or I have to say thank you to Brenda, thank you to Tiffany, thank you to my all UN colleagues who has been working so hard. The whole team, everyone, side by side, every day, we all work every single hours to helping each one of us to make Tzu Chi's story to be heard on the mainstream, to carry out Tzu Chi path, Jing lineage to the mainstream. The most important, to share master teachings to our friends around the world. So I'm very grateful to have opportunity to share today. And if you have any questions, I'll be very happy through the chat to share with everyone. And I'm very grateful that Master DeYuan can give me some guidance any place, anywhere we have to be doing better and learn from everyone and become a stakeholders to share every brother and sister your countlessly efforts to interact with the community, to carry out master's teaching, and we can let more people know that this great love can spread around the world. Thank you very much. Cảm ơn Omitofo. Back to the host. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you for Deborah. Your sharing is very good and very insightful. So there's a lot to learn from you as well, because of, as you know, we seldom go out to the whole world. But I believe that Sister Deborah has been go through all the whole world and then have been participate in a lot of things as well. So it's very thankful because of you did very well, in fact. And the most important thing just now that you say is that we need to share with people. As we know that this is the Jing Dharma lineage is so good, so we need to share it out. As our Master Cheng also say that we need to share it with more people so that people can know what is Buddhism and also what we have done to all the world. Okay. So, and just now that there's one thing that we say that the plant-based diet, yeah, is good. And then also we must also practice the balanced plant-based diet. So sometimes when we go for the food, we may, how should I say, we may only concentrate on certain food and do not take the other food. That is no good as well. So we have to be balanced out on this. So a lot of things, this is the first time I listened to it. And then also the other thing is that just now you are saying about because of the last week, there's a new faith leader, that's Mr. Marcos. So I believe that there's another way to go as well. So we have a brighter path to go on. Okay, maybe over here, I would like to share one things with all of you. Okay. Okay. So this is on that. I'm not too sure whether you can see my slide or not.
Yes, we can see your slides, SisDebra.
Okay. So of course, these few words are what we call Chinese word, but in terms of, how should I say, in terms of the if you type in, you use the Hanyu pinyin type in, you will type in Xiang. That is xiang. Xiang. The first word is xiang, fragrant. The second word is xiang. That is thought. The third word is xiang. That is to influence. And then the fourth word is xiang. That is your appearance. So when we have time to listen to our master teaching, that is Xin Fa Xiang, or you say, or you have something like your 天地开花, your 品书会. So you have listened to it, and then you have get a lot of knowledge from them, and also to increase your wisdom. Then you may have the right thoughts. The second word is thoughts. Okay. So when you have a right thought, you will do a lot of things using a positive thinking. I just would like to, maybe you can think about it. Will you have a vow that is to participate in a national disaster relief? Is it a good thought or not? You can think about it. So if let's say we have this kind of vow or wishes, which means that there will be another place have a disaster relief. That is not what we meant to. We do not want it to be like that. So as such, we hope that we should think positively. We have to, what we say that to purify people's minds, to let the world to be no disaster. That is the good thoughts. So when you have already have this right thinking and right thoughts and positive thinking, then we should influence people. That is the third word, xiang. So you can share it with more people, and then you can get a better appearance as well. I believe that when you first join in Tzu Chi, you can look at your photo, and at this moment you can look at it as well. So maybe just now, like Raymond called, when he's sharing, we can look back previously, what is your appearance, and now what is your appearance as well. So it's different. So I hope that all of you may get the insight, and then also you have already learned from SisDebra as well. She did a lot of things, really, and then she have a very positive thinking, a very right thinking, and then she go out to influence a lot of people. But of course, this is another thing. Like as you can see, these small little ants can bring out the branches as well. So because of everyone hold together, then you can get the more power to do, more strength to do a lot of things. So I hope that in order to when we work all together, then we can do better work as well. So, and I hope that we can always practice our Jing Dharma knowledge, and also diligently go through this Bodhisattva path. So thanks a lot, and I hope that everyone will be safe and healthy. Thank you. 感恩。
感恩，感恩
感恩袁
Master
师傅，
的
感恩。
感恩，感恩 Master 的缘，感恩 Sister Debra, Brother Raymond, and all the brothers and sisters for the very, very powerful and wonderful insights for today. We are most blessed, and I'm sure everyone brings back a lot of powerful share. I received feedback just now. Someone mentioned they could immediately implement what some of Sister Debra's sharing, because for us, I agree with Sifu. We listened for the first time and we are so inspired. Or before that, this is our warmest greetings from Masters Xiao Jing, the small above the small hut from this PPV station, the vaccination center. Many of us are also while serving, also listening in to today morning's sharing, and we are so touched. Very grateful to all our great sharers and our master for guiding us today. Grateful to the brothers and sisters who could join us. Thank you for your presence. We hope that each of us could sustain the Dharma joy and take in another piece of Dharma Master and Hualien love to our life.